Part 47. The Western first batch of goods has created a wave in the entire capital, and so crazy for those. In the capital, there are countless wealthy families and dignitaries. In a splendid backyard, such a dialogue came out. What? You actually said no? You tell this lady again? Why not? A servant was trembling, knelt on the ground and kowtowed again and again. Miss, I really didn't expect it to disappear so soon. When the lady's order passed, I didn't expect that there were too many people queuing up to buy it. And many people didn't buy it. The young lady was so angry that her face was ashen, and she couldn't take care of her demeanor. A young man asked inexplicably, "What's wrong with Wei? Why did she lose her temper?" Chen Yue felt even more aggrieved when she saw the person who came. "Brother, I just want a mirror and ask someone to buy it. It's such a simple thing but he can't do it well. I'm really pissed off." Chen Bai was stunned. "Isn't it just a mirror? It's so hard to buy. You have it at home. Why go out to buy it? I just came back from my own zhuangzi, so naturally I don't understand what kind of mirror my sister is talking about." Chen Yue stomped her feet. "Where is the kind of mirror at home? This kind of mirror can completely reflect a person's appearance. Is there such a mirror? How is this possible?" Chen Bai was a little unconvinced. He always spoiled this sister, and she could not get anything she wanted. Seeing that her sister was getting angry, he quickly comforted her. "Okay. You can buy it if you want," he said sternly to the man kneeling on the ground. "What's the matter? You can't even buy a mirror?" After speaking, his tone also became severe. Are these servants not taking their masters seriously and doing things well? Not working hard? If so, it's time to fix it up. The servant was so frightened that he kowtowed again and again. "My eldest son, there is nothing the villain can do." When the villain rushed over, there were already many people waiting to buy it. After a while, the mirrors were sold out. "It's over?" Chen Bai frowned. "Don't you know how to sign up for our Shangshu mansion? You are not good at handling things. What's the use of you?" The servant shrank his neck, but he wanted to sign up, but there was a queue in front. The identity of the person is not simple. Not to mention the officials and servants of other grades. He even saw consorts, people from the prince's mansion, and even many people in the palace. But they all lined up to buy according to the rules. He really didn't dare to be reckless, and he came back without success. When he reported the situation again, Chen Bai had nothing to say. What kind of mirror was it that alarmed so many forces to chase? Chen Yue was on the side, but she didn't give up. "No, I want a mirror. Brother, help me think of a way. I saw it. Wen Weiner has one in her hand. You don't know, her pride is among us, we have all the limelight. Wen Weiner is the daughter of Prime Minister Wen, who is well informed, gentle and pleasant, and is quite famous in the capital. Because she got a very special mirror, she liked it very much. Yesterday, she specially held a mirror appreciation meeting and invited many ladies from the official family to participate. Chen Yue was one of them. Chen Yue considers herself to be outstanding in appearance and will be the focus of every party. But Wen Weiner stole the limelight yesterday because of a mirror. Why not be popular? To be honest, this mirror is indeed very rare. She is also jealous of this mirror. And she must have such a mirror anyway. So, there is just a scene. Chen Bai couldn't be bothered by her, so she had no choice but to say, "Okay, brother. Go and find out for you and find out who the seller is. I don't believe it, our Chen family still can't buy a mirror." Chen Yue broke into a smile. Like Chen Yue, there are not a few people who lose their temper at home. Wen Weiner's party allowed everyone to see this exquisite mirror, but Chen Yue was not the only one who was jealous. Xu Shi implemented it according to Ming Yu's method, and the effect has been greatly improved. On the one hand, give some small gifts to influential people in power in Beijing, such as the palace of the Prime Minister, so that they can promote it if they feel good after using it. This is also why the youngest daughter of Prime Minister Wen will hold such activities as the appreciation of the mirror. Xu Shi is the Crown Prince's person, representing the Crown Prince's mansion. How could these dignitaries not give him a face? On the other hand, it also began to spread in the palace. Who is the concubine in the palace? In Ming Yu's words, it is someone who is at the forefront of fashion. They all use what they say. How can people outside not follow suit? In the end, he sent a large number of people to promote these things brought back from the western regions to the foreign land. They either preached the peculiar scenery of the western regions in the form of storytelling, or the rumors that the things from the western regions gathered in the streets and alleys were so miraculous and precious. For a while, there was a lot of buzz in the capital. Mirrors that can clearly see people or objects, many spices with strange smells, blankets and furs with beautiful craftsmanship, and red, green and green agate jewelry with peculiar shapes. These things have never been heard of. Everything is impacting people's brains and senses. People who are used to seeing Dayan Country's items have a great interest in these things from foreign countries through word of mouth. The rich and powerful are naturally ahead, and they have to buy a copy to show off whatever they say. Think about what the emperors and concubines in the palace are using. It must be the best in the world. If other homes have them, but not at home, what kind of words are they like? I can't stand my head up in the presence of others. Just waiting to find out where to buy it, everyone sent people to wait early. Since these are the Crown Prince's property, how dare these people make trouble? It's not about queuing up to buy. As a result, someone like the one sent by Chen Yue appeared in the back. And naturally they couldn't buy it. There was no way to do this. The turmoil in the capital will naturally not affect Ming Yu. When the first batch of banknotes came back, Ming Yu carefully inquired about the situation in the capital, and then he really felt relieved, and his goal was achieved. The first batch of goods has created a wave, and the items from the western regions have refreshed people's cognition, and almost everyone knows and accepts these things. His publicity efforts have already met expectations. And once he is well known, he will be scrambled for it without deliberately publicizing him in the future. My prince, His Highness said that according to the marketing method that the prince said, these goods will be sold out in a short time. His Royal Highness would like to ask the prince, what should I do if I come back without the goods at that time? I took this trip in person, just to ask about Ming Yu's next plan. The things in the western regions, which were originally not favored by Ming Yi, actually caused such a big sensation. Every day, wealthy households in Beijing came to the door with money, and countless money came into the account every day. The first batch of fabrics that Ming Yi sent out, the cost of porcelain has already been recovered. You must know that in addition to this cost, he also has half of the remaining benefits. And this half is already worth the income of his zhuangzi for a few years. How could he not be surprised? More importantly, this move has greatly increased his personal connections. For these items, many princes and princesses in the palace have also moved closer to him, and the ministers in the court have also praised him. The Crown Prince's reputation rose several layers for a while. I believe that with this power, as long as he manages well, his status will not be easily shaken. The rising trend of the Crown Prince made concubine Wei angrily. Her son Ming Dao, the third prince, was not inferior to the Crown Prince in terms of talent, knowledge, and ability. Why should he be under the Crown Prince? She is not satisfied. Seeing that the Crown Prince has such a path and made a lot of money, it is really eye-catching. Such a good thing cannot be let the Crown Prince take advantage of it in vain. She couldn't figure it out, so she went to the emperor to cry and complain, blowing the pillow. Trying to think about asking the emperor to let the crown prince transfer this deal out of the hands of the crown prince, or let the third prince Mingdao also participate. For concubine Wei, an old man who had been with him for decades, the emperor was still somewhat tolerant. After so many years, how could he not know concubine Hui's thoughts? To be honest, the emperor originally only thought that Ming Yu and the others were just making a little trouble and earning some hard work. I didn't expect it to be so big. Nowadays, people in the capital value humiliation. Those rich and powerful families, if you don't have a beard or two, you're embarrassed to speak. Seeing that the entire capital is crazy because of beards, it is impossible to say that no one is behind the scenes. 2 days ago, the crown prince came to report the income of the first stage, and even he, the emperor, was stunned. I also knew that everything was planned according to the plan given by Ming Yu, so it would have such a sensational effect. It's good now, as a father. He doesn't have to worry that the old 14 has no money and is poor drinking the northwest wind. The crown prince took out half of his profits and presented them all to the emperor. This was something he had already thought about. The emperor is most afraid of the people below to form parties for personal gain and cheat for personal gain. As a crown prince, he can't leave a stain. Because of this business, many officials are approaching him. If he makes a wrong step, it may be waiting for him. It is the abyss. Therefore, he reported this matter to the emperor in advance, trying to make the situation as transparent as possible, so that the emperor was completely relieved. The emperor was really happy, but when the old 14 wrote about this, he indicated that he would not participate in the business of the two brothers. Now that the two of them have achieved results, how could he, a father, just pick up ready-made ones? Wouldn't it be a slap in the face to spread it out? However, the crown prince had already prepared his speech, and the emperor was relieved after coming down repeatedly and reluctantly accepted the crown prince's kindness. In this way, this transaction has the greatest guarantee. With the addition of the emperor, not everyone can dig down the corner. No matter how much concubine Wei cried and pleaded, she couldn't make the emperor change his mind. In the end, he annoyed the emperor and avoided seeing her, so the concubines in the harem talked about it for a while. Who else doesn't understand the emperor's attitude when it comes to buying and selling items from the crown prince's western regions? The emperor made it clear that he had acquiesced in the matter of the crown prince. Although some people are jealous, but there is no way, the emperor agrees. What else can we do? I can only pick up the crown prince to see if I can get some benefits. Ming Yi knew that he was today because of Ming Yu, and he had a new understanding of what Ming Yu said. Thinking that Ming Yu was in a hurry to use the money, he sent someone to deliver the first batch of money. As for the next step, you still need a letter. And the goods sent by Ming Yu will be sold out in a short time. What will happen then? Even if Ming Yu's caravan set off again as soon as possible, it would still take time. The crown prince's question, Ming Yu, has long thought about it, but what can be done now? As far as their caravan was concerned, the goods they brought back would definitely not be able to meet the needs of so many people in Dayan Country. These things can only be taken slowly, as long as someone starts. There is no fear that others will not follow. There are also many who come once or twice. Their interests can move people's hearts. At that time, businessmen with discerning eyes will naturally swarm up when they smell it. In fact, the purpose of Ming Yu's formation of the caravan is not to rely on the caravan in exchange for many benefits, but to play a leading role in attracting more caravans to come. As long as there are people coming and going, are you still afraid that they will not be able to develop Liangzhou? This is a long-term development plan. Ming Yu can only plan in his heart. It is impossible to say it, but since the crown prince sent someone to ask, he must give the crown prince a reassurance. He promised to let the businessman set off for the western regions as soon as possible, so that they could bring the goods back as soon as possible. He can only write a letter for the specific details and let someone take it back. As for the follow-up matters, should they be booked if there is no stock available? Let's talk about the deposit first, as well as the hunger marketing strategy, which has to be used. After the relatives from Beijing left, Ming Yu had no image at all and laughed out loud. If he hadn't restrained himself, he would have been rolling on the ground with silver in his arms at this moment.